Hi, my name is Grant Patterson. I'm the author of 9 published books, including the Bryant thriller series, and we're going to be talking about the last published book in that series so far, called Only the Dead. We're here in March, as you know, 2020. Very strange days in this world. Strange time to be a writer. Suddenly I have all the time in the world to do what I like, although in circumstances I could never have anticipated. So here I am trying to generate a little publicity for myself. I'm a self-published author. That means that I have to do a lot of the work of publicizing and getting the word out about my own books. So here I am with my wife behind the camera, taking advantage of a sunny day to talk about each of my books in turn. This book here, Only the Dead, wraps up the storyline of the first 4 books. It's a story arc which centers around a politician named Geraldo Bussetti, who is a sort of a figure that's emblematic of the long-standing problems with political corruption in Brazil and the relationships between political corruption and organized crime. In this novel, we go back to the borderlands between Brazil and Paraguay, which is sort of the epicenter of the smuggling issues that Brazil suffers from. Gun control in Brazil is very strict. However, Brazil has something like 70,000 murders a year, most of which are committed with firearms. Most of those firearms come in from Paraguay, as does a lot of the cocaine that originates in the Andes. It transships through there as well. So this features prominently in the storyline, and much of the action takes place either just inside the Brazilian border or inside Paraguay itself. So that's what the book is about. It's basically about Will and Edelson trying to get free of Bussetti and his influence. He's been a benefactor. Now he's becoming much more of an outright enemy. And the action takes place with the backdrop of a Brazilian presidential election in which the current president, Jair Bolsonaro, will be elected. And I try and keep my books topical like that, and to have a framework of recent events in the background. These aren't mysteries of any sort. They're thrillers, and they're designed to be topical and to be a little bit informative at the same time. Not a lot of people know a lot about Brazil besides Carnival, samba, football, and the Amazon. There's a lot more to it than that. Brazil is a country of some 200 million people. It's, I think, the 5th largest country on earth, and it's very, very diverse, and it has a lot of issues going on. So the issue of gang violence is first and foremost, and the gangs there are growing in power to the extent that they'll soon be rivaling the Mexican cartels for influence. So this is the backdrop of Only the Dead. And the title, of course, comes from Plato's famous saying, "Only the dead have seen the end of war," which alludes to Will's personal predicament. How much longer does he want to stay involved with this sort of thing? So that's Only the Dead. I hope you check it out, as well as my other works. And in our next video, I'm going to be talking about some of my other works, my standalone books, of which there are 5 so far published. Thanks for your time.